While I was walking around, I think it was suggested to me that I make an offering of tobacco or something, but I didn't have tobacco. I actually had some beef jerky, so I took that out. My impulse was to wrap it in bark. So I don't know. I've never done that before, so I'm assuming that was something I was told to do.
In case you're just joining us, I'm Brett. I'm a psychic medium. I can hear, see, and feel the other side. I also use EVP audio to help supplement and validate what I pick up psychically. The US is about the same size as Europe, but we don't realize how varied the terrain or culture is across our country, or how far apart everything is. I embrace it all. I love something about everywhere I visit. The people, the open spaces, parks, cities, quirky weird spots, even the generic supernormal mega centers. I've spent the last couple of days riding through some gorgeous country. Through rain, cold, hot, over hills, across mountains, on fun curvy roads, through farms, forests, canyons, and into the desert. Once I stop and find lodging, I've got chores to do. In Monticello, Utah, I happen to be next to a laundromat. So instead of sink washing and line drying, I throw all of the clothes that I'm not wearing while doing laundry into a machine. That's 2 of my 3 shirts, my 2 shorts, 3 underwear, 3 pairs of socks, and 1 beanie. The past 2 nights have been uneventful, although last night I'd meditated and some unfamiliar being showed up and did some healing on me. Then at some point I recorded video where it's just a black screen, the sound of rustling, and the only thing I say is, "Weird tonight." I have no idea what that was about.
I'm at, I don't know, 5,000, 6,000 feet, so I'm kind of out of my element. Let me see, is there a place where I can rest my arm? No. All right, so I'm running into some issues here. I'm at Hovenweep National Monument, or Hovenweep Monument. It's a bunch of Ute and Paiute ruins. And let me hold on a second.
There's evidence that people have been here at Hovenweep since 6000 BC, with different groups occupying then leaving the canyon over the years. By the 1850s, when Ute and Navajo guides took a Mormon explorer so he could discover the place, it was deserted and considered haunted by local tribes. Hovenweep means deserted valley in the Ute language, so that's probably not what the original residents called their home. We also don't really know what purposes the towers or other structures had. There's a lot we don't know about Hovenweep. And who the last Ute is, once again, I have no idea, but I'm happy to have him along.
Okay, so I'm at the Hovenweep ruins, and I'm running into issues because it's hard for me to figure out how to record, how to do video, and tune in. So when I get to a place, sometimes I need to spend some time to meditate and open up. And usually I just pop right open and there are folks around ready to talk to me. And I'm not ready to film yet. So I've been kind of running into issues. I'm like, okay, can you wait? Because a lot of times they'll talk to me, give me the information, and then like they're gone, or I'm losing the information. Like it's really quick. So the thing I'm running into is like, how do I manage this? So as soon as I got here, there's a woman showed up. I'm guessing a Ute woman, and she was going to guide me around. And I was like, okay, hold up. And then there was also somebody presenting themselves as or calling themselves, and they were with me the whole time. That was a playful energy. There are issues with, they aren't sure what these towers are for. And I've been kind of looking at them and trying to get information. And I think my knowledge is getting in the way of information that I might be being told. But I feel like it's they're energy centers. And if you look at the topography, and a lot of times the topography of an area shows energy centers. And so right here, it's like there's a tower right at the mouth of of some cave, and I'm assuming there's some sort of energy in the cave. And then there are next to that tower there's the castle, and there's another house on the other side. And so what we've got are three things in a row, and the tower is in the, inside a canyon. And I feel like it's like, okay, if you can get up to a certain point, maybe that's where they felt the energy would be strongest. So actually building up to the center of that power. The other thing is that it could possibly be some sort of protective area to protect that little spot, because that seems to be where the spring is that feeds, that gives this area its water, or gives the tribe its water. Family unit, I don't know. One thing that's weird is, usually with vortexes and stuff, people say that you'll see that the trees and stuff are all twisted. And there are different kinds of vortex energy, different kinds of portals and stuff like that. And I'm not seeing anything like that. I'm not actually feeling anything with the kinds of energies. Yeah, interesting spot. Let me see if I can connect. Yeah. This woman's like in her 30s, 40s. This woman is in her 30s or 40s. A little on the heavy side. Super energetic, like young feeling. She's presented herself as older also, I think. Like in her 50s, 60s. I don't know, I can't tell ages. But she was going to show me around, and I was kind of like, okay, hold off. And I was looking for the perfect spot to shoot, and it didn't happen. So if you could tell me, I've got a microphone on. If you could come in and tell me really closely what the towers are for. Tell me about the place. I can listen later. It works like a phonograph. Okay, I'm hearing people. Something is squeaking over there, so we can disregard that as a communication from them. I felt the need to make an offering while I was walking around. I think it was suggested to me that I make an offering of tobacco or something, but I didn't have tobacco. I actually had some beef jerky, so I took that out on the other. My impulse was to wrap it in bark. So there was a little piece of bark, and I wrapped it up and set it on a rock with another rock on top of it. So I don't know. I've never done that before, so I'm assuming that was something I was told to do, or it was suggested that I do that. But yeah, I always try to be respectful and honor whoever is with me. I did hear like ancestors, I was asking, okay, am I open? And I was getting like ancestor kind of talk. They called me boy. That was what how they referred to me. They referred to me as boy. All right, do you have any other messages, any other things to say? All right, thank you for working with me. I'm gonna go try another set of runes.
On the way out of the canyon, I hear the laughter of the teenage boy spirit. I'm stepping through where they dump their trash and sewage. He thinks it's hilarious. And at the parking lot, I'm joined by 2 crows. Are these spirit animals, or what they call the mascot, or are they ancestor spirits somehow merged with crows, or are they just birds hanging around a parking lot hoping for a snack? As you guessed, I don't know. And as usual, I'm in too much of a rush to stay and talk or find out more. I'm compelled to push forward, whether it's through my own desire to see what's over the horizon or a nudge from the other side. I'm always quick to be back on the road. If you have information or insights about what the other side is saying or talking about, please tell us in the comments. Or send me a message. I'd love to hear what you've got to say. And thanks for watching.